The only reason we would change is that we want something better. And that's for every single person. We change because we want to become more. We want something better in our lives. And the way that we achieve that is by changing and becoming our authentic selves. And that's probably the biggest challenge that most of us have moving through our lives, because we don't know what that is all the time. We don't really understand who we're supposed to be, what our importance might be, not only to ourselves but to the world. But this morning I wrote a message, because I do this every morning where I receive information, and the message was, you can change the world if you change yourself. That's every single person. We are energetic beings, and we come into the world to offer something, and we will do that energetically. And if we are loving ourselves, and we're offering light and love into the world. If we're hating ourselves and doubting and judging and all of that, we're offering a different energy. And I've known that for a long time. But my other part that I had to change was really being willing to talk about this, because it was so different for me and probably so different for the world, because our world is in a very different place as well. So when I thought about that message this morning, I thought, okay, I've got to change myself. And that means no longer hiding out, no longer being introverted, because I'm incredibly introverted and I don't like being out there, being seen in this way. I've done that my entire life. But I said, can't do that anymore because I know too much. And then after I wrote my message this morning on my YouTube channel, there was a comment there, and it said, this work is so powerful. I'm only in my second week and I am changing. I am happier. In my program. 2 weeks. And I know that happens because I've seen it throughout. Anybody who does this work, they're going to change. They're going to become happy. They're going to become successful. They're going to discover who they are, because every single person is born with something in them that could cause them to live an extraordinary life. But it's about getting through all the old stuff. It's about getting through your doubts. It's about using your mind, which we use mindset, to change your thinking about yourself and who you are, and getting over your fear, your insecurity, all of that stuff. Those are the things that I had to move through in my life. That's why I could create this work. But I wasn't talking about it in that way, and I just wrote last night exactly how it all came about. But I'll tell you, in 1988, I was moving through a big change in my life, and I was afraid. And I just heard something about doing automatic writing. I didn't know where it was going to go, but I just sat down and I started receiving this information, which was kind of frightening at first because it was making sense. And then I kept doing it every single day because I was changing. And I didn't understand at that time that I was receiving universal consciousness, universal information that could change me. And then I ended up going through years of my life, moving through every possible human disaster, problem, difficulty, and I changed them all. But the one thing I didn't change was being willing to talk about it in a way that made sense, that people could understand it, because see, I didn't understand it either. I didn't know that I had this life that led me to be a mystic and sage, and I didn't even know that I had this intuition until it started coming out when I was working with my clients, and I would see something and I would understand something and just tell them because I could see it very clearly. We have different levels of consciousness. We all do. And we can reach another level when we study, when we do certain things that stimulate that consciousness. And what my work does, it stimulates your consciousness. Has no other agenda except allowing each person to become their best selves, to become happy, successful, live your purpose, because you have one. Every single soul does. Otherwise, we would not have been born. But we have baggage. We have all the things that we've brought in from our ancestors, from our all those who came before, our parents, where we grew up, whatever it is, we have that. And so what I was able to do is sit down every day and write these things that changed it all. It made no sense that I would go through all of the medical issues, difficulties, all those things, and heal them all and be 72 now and still thriving, because I feel younger than I ever did. Made no sense. But when we understand consciousness, then it does. But then we have to understand the world also, because the world is in a very different place. And we've all felt it, and I've known that. In 2016, I started writing about it because I knew what was coming. I wrote an article, and we can find that in different places, about how I might be a racist, slightly racist, and misogynistic. See, those are all the things that we each come in with, and unless we're willing to acknowledge what is within us, then we can't change anything that's out in our world. But then we also have judgment on ourselves. Every single person. Don't think I can do this. I don't believe it. That's mindset again. And then right after I did that today, I went out to brunch, and then I came back and I just got guided to listen to my album. I recorded an album 23 years ago. See, at one point I was going to do something. I thought I was going to do something else. Maybe I was going to be an artist, but it was always teaching and coaching that was always so much fun for me. But I wrote songs. One of the songs that I wrote was called Better Than Me. We don't know always why we're doing certain things, but I wrote that song to say that no one is better than another. And that's the work that I'm bringing in now. This was 23 years ago. And then I'm listening to all the other songs on the album, which I had forgotten about, and I'm kind of carrying that same theme all the way through. There's one called Angel in Disguise. Well, yeah, I've been in disguise for many, many years, because I do feel like I'm that angel, because this is who I am. I see the perfection in every single person. I see the importance of every person. This is why I can't judge you. I can't judge my clients, because I know who you are. And it's been so much fun to see where we're taking this work. And then I decided to do something else. I said, I want to make this available to everyone. I wanted to make available anyone who wants to change their lives, anyone who wants to become happy, successful, and work through all their whatever might be there. Now you can do it, because we created something that money is no longer an option, an objection for you. Money is no longer a problem, because it's more important. I always had to figure this out. It's more important for the work to get to more people, because that's going to make a difference in their lives and in our world. That's how it works. We create the world energetically. You create your life in the same way, and it's always a matter of working through our own blockages and becoming willing to change. And so I'm changing. But anyway, I'm going to leave a link to the album, so I'd love for you guys to listen to it, and you can see all my other work as well. Just check all of that out. But this was just such an incredible day for me to get this confirmation, number one, because I'm seeing it everywhere. But I just want everyone to know, no matter what goes on in your life, there is a way for you to become happy and successful and be the person that you were born to be, because that was God's plan. That was the divine plan for all of us. And now you have a guide in me to help you get there. Have a wonderful day.
I haven't done anything like this.
It's increased the confidence that I've had in myself.
Everything is better. I mean, every single aspect of my life. My income, the progress is just amazing. Like, you can see changes from week to week.
Introducing your last development program, Life Transformation for Success, the newest part of Roger Burnley's coaching series. In this 3-month online program, you will learn the mindset tools you need to dissolve the shame of your past, discover the gifts within you that make you important to the world, and get the confidence to rise above anything that stands between you and the life that you want.
Everything changed in my life. Everything. Every single thing.
It's time for you to reprogram your mind for success and become self-actualized. If you're ready to transform your life too, learn more at yourlastdevelopmentprogram.com today.